All right, day one.
There was a lot of yellow-green jerseys out there. Maybe is that as many as you've had at the start of a spring before?
I don't know. I didn't count. We don't keep a scorecard on that. But you know, we're in pretty good shape health-wise. A couple guys that we went ahead and did a little surgery on Nolan, so he's going to be out. We just kind of made the decision. He could have gone through spring, and we could have done it after spring, but we just decided. I mean, he's incredibly knowledgeable, knows what he's doing, and we felt like, from a timing standpoint, if we went ahead and did it, he had a little shoulder thing we needed to clean up, and if we went ahead and did it, he'd be ready for the start of May and really have a full summer. And having him out there this summer leading skills and drills and all of that is important. So, you know, he's just we went ahead and made the decision to do that. And so he, again, can have a full summer, and then he can coach the spring and really work. We got a lot of young guys that are good, get a lot of reps. So Blake's doing great. He's working his way back. And, you know, just steady his progression all the way through. Bresee had a little sprain. He should be fine here in a day or so. But I'm trying to think who else we have. Anybody else?
Booth.
Oh, Booth. You know, he had his knee scoped several weeks ago, and he's working. He's really progressing very well, and expect him to get some good work this spring as we continue to go through. So he's doing a lot better. You know, kind of fixed his issue that he battled through all fall.
Dabo, how was the attitude, the spirit of these guys coming back to work today?
It was excellent. You know, they've been really good, really, since we had our first meeting. The Friday, we literally had our first team meeting the Friday that we got back from the national championship. It's hard to believe it's only been like 6 weeks. So just over 6 weeks ago, we were in season. And but I really like it, to be honest with you. I like to turn the page. I like to get back to work. My experience as a coach is, you know, the longer the gap is, the more you try to do as a coach. And, you know, and I think the more you get away from fundamentals and technique and your quality control and things that you need to do to improve as a team. So, you know, their spirit, it's been really good. Spirit of the team is great. Our leadership is good. I think we're, no question, way ahead of where we were day one last spring. It's really not even in the same hemisphere from where we were first practice.
Coach,
so I'm excited about it.
Coach, what was your message to the team on this first day? Your message to them?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we had a few things we talked about in the team meeting as far as, you know, some of the quality control stuff. We've spent the last 3 days as a staff really, our staff did a fantastic job, you know, of really being detailed with our self-scout, our quality control, all the things that we look at. And we spent the last 3 days as a full staff kind of going through all of that together. And so some of the things that came out of that was part of my message to them. But at the end of the day, it's always the same thing this time of year. And that is, you know, back at it, back to work, leadership and the chemistry of our team. You know, you got to earn it. You know, just a daily focus and how we practice, you know, the practice expectations. We got to get those little things right before anything else takes shape. Good group, fun group, good-looking football team, and we're really blessed because we got pretty much our whole team here. We've got about 8 guys, I guess, that will show up this summer. So with 15 mid-years, you know, we got a lot of bodies and a lot of work and depth that we can develop this spring.
So Taquan with the offensive lineman,
yep,
and Ben Batson with the safeties.
Yep, we decided to make that move with Taquan. I'm really, really excited about that for him and for our team. I think that's he's unbelievably powerful. He's one of the strongest kids we've had come through here, and just kind of based on what we saw a little bit in practice this year. We just feel like that's the best place for his future and probably the best place for our team as we move forward. And so, you know, we'll see how it goes. He can always move back, but that's what spring's all about is evaluating those type of things. And then Ben is a guy we've really wanted to move for a while, and we just really haven't been able to. We haven't been able to, just couldn't afford to do it based on where we are. But we've got 3 special dudes at quarterback, and you know, we feel good about that. And then Will Spires is, you know, played quarterback in high school, and so he's going to kind of be our 4th arm for us this spring, and just give us you got to have a 4th arm. So he'll be that 4th guy, just, you know, help us in our team periods and RBA and Skelly and those type of things. and you know, give us the ability to have another guy out there throwing.
What do you hope to see from these mid-years that are already here? I mean, obviously the learning curve is pretty significant, but what would you like to see as the days go by and they start, the light starts to come on?
Just a daily attitude. You know, come out here with the right attitude every day. Make sure you're paying attention. Get the mental reps. You know, it's an overload for, some guys, will shock you, but it's an overload. It's a lot of installation. It's a lot of stuff that they have to process, especially in that offensive line. You look at that second group offensive lineman in there's a bunch of young guys in there that, it's easy to survive out here in shorts, but when we get the pads on and it starts moving a little faster, they'll get exposed early, and that's okay. So just come back every day with the right frame of mind, the right attitude, and then make sure that you're getting mental reps when you're not getting physical reps. And just take ownership of your daily preparation. And if everybody will do that, we'll get better as a team. But in particular, those young guys, just expect it. Know that it's going to be hard and it's going to be fast. But just trust, what we do and how we do it. Like I said, bring the right effort and attitude every day, and you'll get better.
Coach, which of the young guys do you think will surprise us this year?
I don't know. I don't know if any of them are going to surprise me because we recruited them all to be great.
Surprise us, baby, then.
Well, I'll have to read y'all stories this summer to figure it out, and we'll see how it goes this spring. But we got a ways to go. I mean, we hadn't even put pads on. This is just day one. But like I said earlier, we're a good-looking team. We look the part, but we got to play the part. And to play the part, you got to be knowledgeable, you got to be detailed, and we got a long way to go. Our football IQs have got to grow a lot through spring. So once I kind of can assess them a little bit more as we go through and see how they respond when it gets a little tougher. But I think we signed a really good class. These 15 guys that were here are impressive. Physically, athletically, attitude-wise, character-wise, all those things. So we'll see where they are football development-wise and knowledge and IQ-wise as we progress.
Yeah, but how's
Jordan McFadden possibly moving to guard? You could foresee him. I think last year, I think he played some right tackle to start out today. Where does he kind of fit in? And maybe a few words about how Mason Trotter fits in and maybe vying for more playing time this year.
Oh yeah, McFadden will be our right tackle. I mean, he's outstanding. He's going to be as good as we've had here. He's a really, really talented player, and no doubt about him. I mean, we lost a great one in Tremaine, but McFadden is as good as we've had. I really feel that way about him. So I think we're in good shape there. I think that whole first group has really got a chance to be pretty special. We got the state of Ohio on the left side between Carmen and Bach. Bach was considered a starter for us last year. I mean, he's a great player. I'm excited about Cade. Cade's one of the more physical guys we got, one of the strongest, most powerful guys we got. And so him having the opportunity to step in there at center. It'll be nice when we get Blake back because Blake's going to give us a little more veteran. He's very knowledgeable. He's going to play center and guard for us. He's played really about every position and really understands. And so he's working his way back. That'll be a big shot in the arm for us. Really pleased with Putnam at right guard, kind of where we're starting right there, and then McFadden at right tackle. And then all those young guys, obviously we redshirted a couple of them, Trotter, Boating, Rayburn. They all look great. And then them three guys that came in here from high school, they look great too. They don't know left from right now, but they look the part. So we'll coach them up and get them ready. But I'm excited about it. I think it's a really good group. But McFadden is, I think, will be an outstanding player.
Coach, with Nolan Turner out, that's your top four safeties are gone. How interesting is that safety competition going to be?
Oh, it's going to be good. But we lost good players. But man, we love our secondary. This is probably as talented a group as we've had. Long, athletic guys that can run, physical guys, and they got some experience last year. Jalen played, practiced. Xanders, we think, man, he's right there. He was that far from the top of the line last year. Joseph Charleston can flat out play the game. Same thing with Ray Thornton. He was hurt, had to have shoulder surgery, and was able to redshirt. But he's been here since last January, so they're not starting from ground zero. at all. And then you add in Venables, who he was impressive today. He doesn't shock me that he catches my eye right out of the gate, because I watched him all through high school. And you just can't help but notice it. Mickens, what a great looking prospect he is. So I love the guys we got at the position, and I think we're going to be just fine. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get a healthy Nolan back. That's going to be a great group. Same thing at corner. That's probably the one position that we've got to develop. We got a bunch of our top picks in the recruiting process, if you will. What we consider our top picks. So we love our guys. We love our room. But DK, Mario is nursing a little bit of an ankle, but he's working back. Really excited about his potential. Very excited about Sheridan's potential. Very excited about Fred's potential and Booth's potential. We feel like we got the right things. Lee Anthony gives us a veteran presence in there, and he's continued to work on his body and give himself a better chance to compete. So it's a good group. We got the right guys. So we got to develop the leadership at that position. Obviously, DK back and taking another step, and then just the consistency at that position.
Are Mike, I guess, and Trenton the main guys dropping at Sam linebacker right now?
We're rolling all kind of guys. I mean, we're teaching a bunch of them, we got a true Sam situation when we want to keep a normal 4-3 personnel in there, and then we'll have our nickel personnel as well. And then figuring out, obviously last year we had a guy that could kind of do everything. This year we got to develop that, and that's probably one of the bigger goals of our defense this spring, is to really kind of come out of spring feeling good about the nickel Sam position as a whole, the combination of how we'll manage that position. Linebacker, when we're playing 12 personnel, when we're playing 21 personnel, who can go in there and give us that true Sam. And the knowledge there that all those guys are cross-training at Mike and Will too, but definitely Mike is where it starts, and then who's gonna be that nickel guy? Who's gonna be the third corner that can play in there, and who's gonna be that safety guy who can be the hybrid guy? That's what we've got to figure out, and I think we got some really good candidates for that. And as we go through spring, we'll hone in a little bit on it.
How's Bryton doing? How's Bryton doing after having surgery again?
We just had surgery today,
right.
So I have not had a chance to talk to him since the surgery today. But it's just a tough thing. It's disappointing. But his attitude's great. I mean, it really is. He's a special young man, and a little bit of a setback, but hopefully he'll be back toward the end of next year. And the good news for him is he could still get that year back if he wanted to, because he did redshirt last year. So if he ends up losing another year, he could qualify just like Blake to get it back.
Is there something happening where that's causing it to tell me? That's first I've heard the guy tearing it 3 times on one knee.
Yeah, well, I have no idea.
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I had to ask him. I have no idea. Just unfortunate, deal. And just got to go back through the process and strengthen it and get back to work and come back better than ever. And you don't always know why somebody has to deal with that type of adversity, but I think he's mentally tough, and he's got a bright future in front of him. We got to put our arms around him and start the process back over.
Dabo, how long are you going to be without the practice fields?
Say that again?
How long are you going to be without the practice fields?
I think May 15th is our target date. Now, obviously, we've had 300-year rains around here, I think Thad was telling me we're still on schedule right now, but we'll see. But that's our goal, was May 15th, get them back, and it was a long time overdue, something that really, really needed to be done. And so I'm excited about it. It's going to make us. It's going to be a lot better. It's a mess right now, but we'll have them ready for camp this summer, and for the guys' skills and drills this summer.
Mario's dealt with some injuries throughout his time. What kind of players he thinks?
Mario's got a chance to be a great player. He's just one of those guys that's still a maturing football player, but also a maturing young man, and just kind of putting it all together and really getting serious about being great. If he does that, I think he'll be great. I think he's got a lot of ability. He's tough. He's physical. He's got good instincts. and I think he can play multiple positions. So he could even be a guy that could be that third corner that could run in there and play that nickel spot. So he's a guy we're counting on. I mean, he's a guy that we need to come through for us, and I think he will. But we got to get him 100% and get him where he really feels great about where he is physically, and he's working toward that.
He was kind of limping around. Is that his ankle?
Yeah, he tweaked his ankle. He was doing good, and then kind of rolled it again in our mat drills. But he'll keep working on it.
How did Bresee get?
I think he was playing basketball, and he just kind of tweaked his LCL or something. He'll be all right.
And
the practice
Nyles,
fields the way they are, will you use Death Valley a little bit more?
We'll definitely scrimmage over there, weather permitting, and we'll be over there Saturday. We're going to do our All-Pro Dad Day on Saturday, so we'll obviously got a lot of people, and we'll probably have, when we have our clinic, March 26th and 27th, we're going to have a ton of people here, so we'll probably have to clean that up to where we can go over there and maximize the space and be able to use this for the clinic.
any sort of timeline for Nyles to get back?
Just kind of day to day, it's really just kind of on him, and how he progresses. But I don't think we got a real timeline. I think it's just a matter of how he responds, but he's working hard to get back.
How do you want to see Trevor approach? How do you want to see Trevor approach spring practice, just given how last year ended with him experiencing it?
Exactly how I saw him today. He looks like a savvy veteran out there. A guy that's fully focused, and great leadership and great command of everything that we're doing. And that's what I saw day one.
I guess it's fun to watch DJ throw a ball.
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch him, especially live. I've seen him many times on tape, so he can sling it. So can Tyson. And we got three of them guys fun to watch. Little Spires gets in there and tries to keep up with them. It's fun. Number 48.
Do you think your returning defensive linemen sort of grasp this sort of infusion of instant competition that the mid-years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is first of all, it's just unbelievably night and day from where we were last year, day one. I mean, you're talking about E.T. and Rook are developmental guys. They didn't even play football till junior years in high school. They were soccer players and basketball players. And this time last year they showed up. I mean, it's just like, man, you don't know. They don't even want to get a stance hardly. It's just a lot to learn. And they're night and day compared to where they were. It's just so exciting to see that. All of them. Darnell's a year better. Jordan is a year better. And then it's the same thing at end. I mean, it's the exact same thing. I mean, KJ hadn't really played, and he just kind of, happy-go-lucky, and now he's gotten really serious about it. I mean, he's got a chance to be really special. Same thing with Xavier Thomas. He was as a freshman, just go in there, cut it loose, run around, and last year he had to become a more complete player, and it was some growing pains for him, because there's a lot that he's got to improve on, a lot to learn, and he's that helps you, and I mean that experience is so, you can't put a price on that, and I think he's just gonna have a tremendous year. And then same thing when Maskell doesn't look like the same guy. He looks so much more confident. They all physically look great. Justin Foster, now he's been a starter. He's played that type of role. He's so much more confident, very steady guy for us. I'm just so excited about that whole group. Greg Williams, I don't know if y'all have seen him, but he don't even look like the same guy. I mean, he looks like a college football player now. And I mean, it's amazing how hard he's worked and what a difference a year makes for him, and transition into position and knowledge and installation and all the stuff. And then Miles Murphy's as advertised. I mean, you just like, wow. Same thing with Bresee, same thing with Capehart. I mean, it's just impressive, to see those guys out here. So, yeah, it'll be instant competition, that's for sure.
Obviously early, but what are your first impressions of E.J. Williams? He physically looks the part.
Yeah, he's a faster Ross. I mean, he can fly, and he reminds me of Justin and how he's got a really great ability to cut and change direction just cut on a dime. But he's got unbelievable top end speed. I mean, he can fly. And Ross can run, but he's another level. And so I'm just really excited. But he's going to have to progress just the way Frank Ladson has. I mean, Frank Ladson, I mean, it's unbelievable. I haven't seen a guy run like him since Martavis Bryant, that we've had in here. I mean, he can run. And now he's just changed his body. He's gotten strong. It's fun to watch that transformation take place. I mean, I'm really, really excited about just the speed that we've got in those two guys, for sure.
With Ladson and Nick Gott, is that going to be a battle to kind of see who moves in places to get that?
It's a battle with all of them. I mean, it's a battle with Cornell, it's a battle with Speck, it's a battle with everybody. But I mean, at the end of the day, we love those guys. We kind of look at them all as starters, and somebody's going to run out there first. And I hope it's that situation. I hope it's hard to figure out who's running out there first every week. That's when you know you got a chance to be special and be great. And I think we got a chance to have that situation. So the biggest thing is cross-training those guys. Ross has played the 2 last year. He's played the 9. So, we like his experience, his knowledge, his route running, his understanding. So he's going to start out over there at the 9, but we'll also put him to the field some. And he'll play some slot. I mean, we did the same thing with T. But that's where he'll start. And then obviously Amari's back, no brace, all gas, no brace, and so he's excited about that. And then our 2-man spot, we'll kind of rotate guys, give everybody an opportunity to compete. Cornell's going to cross-train and bounce around. Same thing with Speck. He's a guy that I think can play all 3 as we get going. Really excited about Spector. He's going to be a great player. But Frank and Joe they'll both work 2 and 9. And so that's just kind of what we do to get our group ready. But as far as who's running out there first and all that, I mean, shoot, we got a long way to go before we decide that.
How do you handle when young quarterbacks like DJ come in? How much do you throw at them right out of the gate, or do you kind of bring them along throughout spring?
Day one, they gotta, I mean, we try to meet them where they are, and you have pre-meetings and things like that, and you try to give them as much as you can. But those guys have to take a lot of ownership on their own, to meet with Trevor, to do things to try to bridge that learning curve and that gap a little bit. But we don't slow down. I mean, we got a day 1 installation, and they got to be ready. And then kind of throw all the mud at them, and a lot of it's going to fall off. We'll pick it back up and throw it at them again. And by the end of the spring, hopefully the majority of it's sticking.
What do you make of the one-time transfer rule? How that might affect college football?
Well, I'm excited to find out more about it when we go to our meetings in May. I mean, sounds like there's some good progress as far as just there needs to be some change. I don't like whatever's been proposed. I don't think that's good. I don't think it's good for the player. I don't think it's good for college football. But I do think there need to be some change. I think that some of the rules were archaic and things like that. And, nobody called me and asked me, but if I could go poof, for me, I think that. First of all, there didn't need to be restrictions. Guys should be able to go wherever they want to go. That's an archaic thing, and I believe that. And I also think that if you're a graduate, you should be able to go where you want to go. And and that's the case as it is. And I also think another change should be if your head coach leaves or is fired, you should be able to transfer if you want. I believe that. But other than that, I think if you transfer, you sit. Simple as that. And then if you graduate, you get that year back. So you really don't lose anything. But at least it would slow down what's going to happen. What's kind of going on now with the graduates is going to go to the freshmen. You got to go to the mid-years. You got to go to the sophomores. And that's not good for college football. It's not good for the players. But that to me, I think would clean it up and cut out some of the hypocrisy of it too. People say, well, coaches can leave and all this and that. Well, if your coach leaves and your coach is fired, well, you should be able to go. I think that is very fair. Or you're a graduate. But other than that, I think you should have to sit.
Do you feel like it opens it up to recruiting a little bit? Somebody might hear that a player is disgruntled.
There's no question. I mean, It's just not good for college football. It's not going to hurt Clemson. It's not going to hurt Clemson. It's going to hurt a lot of other people. And but you know, I mean, I just think that's would be a good way to clean it up. Again, nobody asked me my opinion, so it doesn't really matter what I think. And again, if the objective is, well, you know, we should just change it and everybody should just be able to go wherever they want to, you know, because the coaches can. Well, then why is it a one-time transfer? Coaches can leave this year, next year, the next year. Why can't you leave every year? You know, I think the intent is really good. I think there needs to be some really good common sense change to address the issue, but I don't like what's on the table right now. Doesn't really matter what I like per se.
What do you think of the ACC being in favor of it as a conference? Did they come? I mean, did they come to you coaches and ask?
So
obviously not.
No. I heard about it just like everybody else. I read it.
Did that surprise you that they didn't come to you guys first before putting that out there?
Nothing surprises me.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.